So we got LeBron James shades Stephen A. Smith. He's on Taylor Swift tour run after the incident on the court. And he's continuing this feud with Stephen A. Smith, and he's saying that he couldn't wait to milk the moment. And I watched this whole interview. I think my co-host watched this whole interview.
Yeah.
And then Stephen A., of course, responded on First Take and on his own YouTube podcast show, where he basically is like, LeBron James is not my GOAT, and he's a liar. How about that? And we don't have to ever speak again, but I ain't going to hold my tongue. And then he tried to lie on LeBron and say, you weren't even there when Kobe died. And then he had to come back. And I actually was, and I lied.
Exactly. They showed LeBron James coming off a jet. He was all crying. But at the same time, they said Dwight Howard has a video out saying what he said about LeBron, saying that, oh yeah, it wasn't really, it was all theatrical. He wasn't really that close to Kobe or Michael Jordan. So we gonna see. But I mean, like my co-host just said, man, Brown went on Pat McAfee's show and just went crazy on Stephen A. Smith, man. We gonna play everything he said. We gonna play some things that Stephen said, and we gonna tell you what Kevin Hart had to say about this whole situation.
Yep.
Which leads obviously to you and Stephen A. Hey, legit, that feels like a moment that had been brewing for a long time.
He's like on a Taylor Swift tour run right now.
Oh yeah, yeah, we're watching it. Yep. We're all seeing it.
Oh yeah,
you're seeing it as well.
He literally, it started off with, I didn't want to address it.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't want to address it. I wasn't going to address it, but since the video came out, I feel the need to address it.
Yeah, you would be not to talk about it.
Are you kidding me? If there's one person that couldn't wait to the video to drop so you can address it, it's your ass. Like seriously, it's. And like he completely like missed the whole point. The whole point. Never would I ever not allow people to talk about the sport, criticize players about what they do on the court. That is your job, to criticize or to, be in a position where, okay, if a guy's not performing, that is all part of the game. That's all part of the game. But when you take it and you get personal with it, it's my job to not only protect my damn household, but protect the players. And I think a lot of the media, including him, and I know he's gonna be happy as hell. He's gonna be smiling from ear to ear when he hears me talking about him again. Oh my God, he's gonna get home and grab some ice cream out of the fucking freezer and sit in his chair in his tighty whities on the couch.
I hope at some point you two do get a chance. But you're right.
Dude, relax, bro. Relax. Seriously.
One person in this ordeal that's telling the truth, and it's me. I don't lie to y'all. His ass lies a lot. And there's a lot of shady stuff that he does. And one of the things is his passive aggressiveness and the two-facedness and smile in your face and dig you behind the back. I happen to know that about him, which is why I don't like him. And he don't like me. But it doesn't stop me from being fair and calling it like I see it. We ain't exchanging Christmas gifts. We ain't having Thanksgiving dinner together. What you bring your son up in there for? What you bring your family up in there before? You gonna go on Pat McAfee show, talk about you gonna protect your house. What you talking about? Your son ain't at the house. He's at Crypto.com Arena. We ain't covering him in Brentwood. We covering him in downtown LA at the Crypto.com Arena, where you put him. Now, I happen to believe that he's going to be ready. I think Bronny's going to be an NBA player. I believe in the kid personally. But LeBron did this.
Changing his tune.
Remember, people were blowing up my phone since the first segment of the show when I talked about him at the memorial service, okay? I didn't mean to say he wasn't in the building. I was told he was in the building. You understand? But we saw a whole bunch of players out there. We didn't see him. Why? I'll let him answer that one day, if he so chooses.
Everybody is saying that they wish we were still on the air because they want to hear what we got to say about Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, man. I wish y'all was still on, too.
That's his friend. That's his friend. He's just doing his job.
Yeah. Want to hear what I got to say? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, let's say what y'all say.
Respectfully, it's all entertainment. Stephen A's job, he's a journalist. He's an entertainer. His job is to give opinions and create conversation.
Even in your personal life?
I don't agree with the latest stance.
Okay.
I don't think that he's always going to be right. And I think that now what you're seeing in the carry-out is entertainment. But I think Stephen A.
All right, man, enough of that bullshit, man. I can't take it no more, man. I can't take it.
Clean up that cup more. Raise him up. Yeah, make it more free. Yeah, push. Clean up that cup more.
Stephen A. Smith is eating this up. Never in a million years did he think that he was gonna have one of the greatest basketball player of all time, basically throwing slugs at him at a consistent basis and growing his fandom. Because I mean, imagine Michael
He
Jordan.
thought this is Skip Bayless's
Exactly.
role.
Exactly. Imagine if Michael Jordan was doing this back in the day and YouTube was out, man. Whoever is going back and forth with Michael Jordan would have been huge as
Getting
hell.
views every week.
Exactly. But it's crazy how LeBron James posted this and you see one of the likes right there is Luka.
Oh yeah, Luka Doncic and others.
Exactly. But I mean, it hasn't gone too far because I mean I don't really think they really finna throw hands like that.
Of course not. LeBron's twice the size, maybe 3 times.
Exactly. But I mean at the same time, this is kind of funny how they are dragging this on. And LeBron James trying to be like, oh no, he's picking at me, trying to pick at me being a father. All I'm trying to do is just look out for my kid, get him in the NBA. And then now you seen Stephen A. Smith backtracking because LeBron James. You seen that LeBron James almost dropped 40 in the whole G League thing, and they're like, "Oh yeah, he can play. He can play."
Well, I don't know why everyone's acting surprised like they didn't know Bronny could play. Like he was a top player in his class in high school, and then he has he gets D1, but then he has a heart attack. So he missed a lot of the season, training camp, all that, trying to come back from having open heart surgery. And he does that. I personally thought that he was going to stay another year in college.
USC?
USC, since he didn't really get to play that much. He played like the second half of the season and get like a full season under his belt. But LeBron probably said, hey, my contract's coming up, and I know the Lakers have a late second-round draft pick. And the second-round draft pick is basically a throwaway. You can draft someone. You maybe have them in the G League. If they do good, maybe you'll have them, move them up and keep them up with the main team most of the year, give them a chance. Or you just trade them for cash considerations, or you cut them. So it's really not like a major deal. And so he was like, hey, Bronny, you want to go pro? And I'll guarantee you'll get drafted. And then Bronny's now absolutely killing the G League. He might even put up stats to put him in the running for G League Player of the Year. And, the Lakers roster is pretty stacked now, especially with the recent trade with the guards position. So, like,
Shake Milton in them?
Yeah, I mean, Shake's not even playing, and he's a good player.
Goodwin.
They got Goodwin, they got Reeves, they got Luka, they got Vincent. So, Bronny's not going to get minutes over those guys, especially not at this point. And I think by having him play a lot of G League minutes is definitely great. I don't think LeBron did anything wrong. I think he always wanted to sun him, and he sunned him. And I just think it's hilarious that Stephen A. said for years, if you have any issues with me, I'm courtside all the time. And then someone talks to him courtside, and he's like, that's the most unprofessional thing I've seen in my life. So it's typical Stephen A. talking out both sides of his mouth. I'm going to agree with LeBron on this one, even though I do think Michael Jordan is the GOAT. I'm not a LeBron hater. I actually do like LeBron. I bought his shoes. But not everyone could be the greatest of all time. There's only one GOAT.
LeBron.
It could be a baby goat,
Bronny,
or a phony goat. I think Kobe's the baby. They call Michael
Shaq.
Jordan the GOAT, Kobe the baby goat, and then LeBron, as Skip Bayless says, the phony goat.
The phony goat is Robert Horry because he got the most rings and he ain't really.
He would be the real phony goat.
See, exactly.
But I don't know. I mean, it's funny because I support the heck out of Bronny, but I sometimes do like to get on the LeBron hate train. But now since Luka's with the Lakers and I'm on Team Lakers, it's kind of conflicted. He's still the second best player of all time. There's nothing wrong with 2, LeBron. There's nothing wrong with 2.
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I think LeBron better watch out before we start to have the real difficult conversation is, did Curry have a better career than LeBron?
That would never happen. Because right now we already know.
He won how many championships off of LeBron? 3?
Okay. But he cheated. He had Kevin Durant. So does that
for
really
2
count?
of them.
Exactly. Too many. So he would have had 2 instead of 4.
Yeah.
Exactly. See, but I mean, yeah, like I said, it is funny how Stephen A. Smith is backtracking on this whole thing, saying, "Oh, I think Bronny's nice. I think Bronny's nice." And before he was picking at him, but because at the same time, ain't nobody paying attention to the 55th pick. I mean, the 55th pick is getting more.
He get cut most of the time.
True, and he's getting more TV time than a lot of other ones. Like Isaiah Collier, the point guard that used to play at USC with him, is now at Utah. He plays for Utah Jazz. He ain't really averaging that many points besides 10 or 11. He's really just getting assists, and Utah Jazz is trash, but you never hear about the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, this it's crazy because people are saying, "Oh, Bronny wasn't ready; he shouldn't have been drafted." But if you actually look at the stats of the rookies from this past draft class, statistically, this is like one of the worst draft classes in the past 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you might get someone that like wins Rookie of the Year that averages like 12 points a game, or like 10 points a game, and most like rookies that win Rookie of the Year are averaging 15, 18, 20 points a game, where they really come in and set the league on fire. And with this draft class, we really haven't seen that.
I wanted it to be Connect, but the way they give him, they plan with connecting his minutes. He ain't finna get
He
it.
should get more minutes, man. I think he should actually be playing over Goodwin.
Definitely. Yeah, he definitely should be playing over Goodwin. But I mean, y'all comment down below. Let us know how you feel about this whole LeBron James, Stephen A. Smith situation. Do you feel like they dragging it, or do you feel like, hey, it's good for entertainment?
It's always good.